my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. In today's topic, I will be talking on when Tinubu was campaigning for presidential election 2023. He promised Nigeria that when he won the election that he will bring down the price of fuel to it will bring down the price of fuel. Then a price of fuel was 200 naira a litre. When he was campaigning, that was when he was campaigning for 2023 for the position of president. So he promised Nigeria that when he go in, that at the rate of 200, that fuel is still very expensive. That when he won the election, he is going to bring down the fuel to, he will bring down the fuel. But as we are talking, Tinubu is already on the seat for 1 year plus, and a price of fuel is going up. Right now, in some city, a price of fuel is about, I think, 1,030 naira, while some is going higher. I think the lowest is 1,030 naira. My beautiful people. And I will be showing you guys how a lot of other journalists are talking about this fuel. The way Tinubu came in and removed fuel subsidy. Beautiful people, I don't want us to talk more. This video you are seeing, let me just play it so that you hear.
Even before 2012, I was on the economic team in 2012 when President Goodluck Jonathan tried to remove fuel subsidy. 5 years ago, I was the keynote speaker when the Nigerian Economic Summit Group was celebrating their 25th anniversary in Abuja. I was made the keynote speaker at the dinner for the 25th anniversary, and I explained that the big difference between now and then, when I say now, 2019 to 2024 versus 2012, is that now it's possible to remove a subsidy from the wealthy people, or remove a subsidy from everybody, and then you give cash transfers to the poor. So what am I saying? It's inefficient to subsidize even the wealthiest people in Nigeria, giving them cheap fuel. So the solution I was advocating is that remove the subsidy, and from some of the revenues you've gotten, or indeed, by making the very rich who consume the most and everybody pays the full price, then you give cash transfers to the poor. And I made the point that now we have a more developed financial system with fintechs and mobile phones and the whole lot, where it becomes possible for you to give cash transfers. So in effect, for the poorest of the poor, they are still being subsidized, but they're being subsidized by paying the full price for petrol and then receiving some cash from the government. And that cash will not be given to them by NNPC. The problem with trying to subsidize the petrol price for everybody is that even the billionaires are being subsidized, and they consume more of the petrol, indeed 20, 30 times more, with their fleet of cars and everything else. So I'm saying, remove the subsidy, make everybody pay a market price based on at least full cost recovery, and then give cash transfers to the poor. Don't give cash transfers to the rich. So effectively, you're subsidizing the poor, but by giving them cash, they can either use the cash to feed themselves or use the cash to add to what they have to buy petrol or kerosene. And I will explain that the reason the subsidy, the conventional way, dispensed at the petrol pump is so expensive is that you end up subsidizing not only the richest people, even your neighbors, and then you get involved in products being billed to the nation, which probably were never consumed. All that stops with my recommendation, which is go for a market price, remove the subsidy, and then pay cash to the poor. How do neighboring countries come and get some of that cash for the poor? Almost impossible. You have to go to your LGA with your NIN and whatever, and you get paid. Or indeed, I mean the LGA where you're resident. So you can actually subsidize the poor by making sure that they are identifiable now based on their NIN, national ID card and all that, which is the payment instrument. So we have to move, but you see, what the government did, and I don't blame the technocrats, because it sounds as if the government removed the subsidy in a hurry. So they never got a chance to discuss things like what I was advocating, which is to simultaneously beef up cash transfers, and not selective cash transfers to a few people. I'm talking about where every poor person in the country that has a NIN, if they don't receive some cash, it's because they failed to go and get a NIN, and they can still go and get their NIN now to qualify for a cash transfer.
Subsections 8 to 11 of the Petroleum Industry Act of 2021 is very specific on backward integration policy for midstream in Nigeria, on quotas for companies that have crude oil refining license and are active refiners of crude oil into derivatives, especially PMS. And it talked about the fact that you can't have a regulator grant license or approve for people to import products into Nigeria when the local refiner is meeting up with a certain quota. Today, as we speak, Dr. Abati, the Dangote refinery in Lagos is processing between 350 and 425,000 barrels of crude oil. Today, as we speak, the refinery is able to do at least 30 million liters of PMS, and it currently has 245 million liters of PMS in storage, contrary to the false reports and speculations that you have out there from naysayers, and evil people who are like alleging that the refinery is not able to do up to more than 10 million liters on a daily basis. Now, this case was filed in June, towards the end of the 2023-2024 legal year. And for people who are familiar with court processes, we know that when a case is filed, it takes a few months for the court to bring it to mention. Okay? After June, the court went on recess. You had the vacation court, and the case was called for mention early September. When the case was called for mention, the counsel to the plaintiff mentioned to my lord that the case has been overtaken by events and both parties have resorted to settle out of court. And my lord scheduled for January 2025 for a report on settlement. That's how the judicial process works. So even if there is the fact that today there's been progress since June, and today as we speak, about 4 cargoes under the Naira-based crude oil sales has been delivered to the Dangote refinery. They're still expecting more cargoes promised for October 2024. And under that Naira-based crude oil sales, you have the fact that there's been no fair conclusion exactly on some level of fiscal framework between both parties, because the formal agreements on that deal has actually not been signed by the Dangote refinery, And today as we speak, within the last 2 weeks, the Dangote refinery has actually delivered more than 120 million liters of PMS to the Nigerian markets. The Dangote refinery, based on one of the prayers it sought, that Jet A1, automotive turbine kerosene, should be backwardly integrated, to prevent losses to the refinery. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace has actually directed marketers to offtake most of what it imports in Jet A1 from the Dangote refinery. So the reality of the matter is that that case has been overtaken by events, and there's been progress in the relationship between the refinery in Lagos and the federal government of Nigeria.
So, my beautiful people, welcome back. Hi. You guys have heard, Mr. Agbado. This is Agbado Master again. He promised us good life when he won the election. We will get everything. The fuel will be down. Then the fuel, as I earlier said, then fuel was 200 naira a liter. But today, as we are talking, petrol is 1,000 plus, you know, depending on the state that you are living in Nigeria. So I don't know, this is times, I think, is it times 5? The price of fuel when Tinubu was campaigning for this election is now times 5 or times 6. So my people, I don't know where we are going to. I don't know what Nigeria is turning to. Will Nigeria ever be better again when APC is on that seat? I don't sure. So my beautiful people, you have heard. Oh, you have heard. So in this video, you see that Mr. Peter Side, you know, is talking about fuel subsidy. You know, he is suggesting that the subsidy should be removed, but cash transfer should be made to poor, said Mr. Peter Side. Yes. So the everything see position on this, the way they started this fuel subsidy, the way they removed the fuel subsidy, the way Tinubu just came in. I think he just came in the next day, the day they sworn Tinubu in, the next day Tinubu just removed fuel subsidy. I don't know if he was sleeping and dreaming that immediately I just go, that fuel subsidy will be removed, you know. But during Jonathan regime, the talk of fuel subsidy removal is the same Tinubu that come out and start, you know, protesting about fuel subsidy. Why should Jonathan remove fuel subsidy? Yes. And today we are suffering. Immediately Tinubu came in and he removed fuel subsidy. Everything, Nigeria just automatic change. And every day Tinubu is telling us that, oh, you people be patient, oh, patient. 2 years is going on. We are still impatient and things are going from worse to worse. Anyway, my people, you have heard to, you have seen, you have listened to all the journalists. Mr. Emmanuel is talking about, you know, Dangote refinery. Emmanuel is talking about Dangote refinery, you know, processing. Dangote refinery is processing between 350,000 to 425,000 barrels of crude oil daily, says Mr. Emmanuel, you know. So my people, you guys have heard, oh, I don't know what they are doing. I don't know what has been going on. So I don't know. I just say let me bring this up because I don't know where Nigeria is going. So if you have watched this video to this time, thank you very much. You have listened, you have heard. Thank you very much. Please drop your comment in the comment section. Like this video, share. Subscribe if you know that you have been watching, you have not yet subscribed. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.